Hello and welcome back to the Movie Pope podcast. And today we are going to be taking a look at the trailer for Sonic the Hedgehog 3, which comes out on Friday, December 20th. But before we dive in, remember to like, comment, subscribe. Let us know down in the comments how we're doing. I do see we're slowly growing our numbers and subs. So if you're enjoying what we're doing and if you want to be part of the Film Faithful and claim the Movie Pope as your supreme leader in all things film and television, hit that subscribe button. We're always producing new content. So Lee, Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Now, I haven't really watched much of the Sonic movies. My only interaction with it has been the video games and that TV series from the 90s. Have you seen the trailer before?
I've not seen the trailer. I have seen Sonic 1 and 2, right? And
Okay.
I think they're adequate. The first one in particular. I'm not going to say they totally blow my socks up or anything. I think the biggest grab for me has been Jim Carrey, who's been it's really good to see him like in kind of his element. And hopefully we see more of that in this trailer. Hopefully we get the trailer like I guess reaction out prior to the movie coming out because it comes out on Friday. But yeah, I'll be interested to see. And I think it's fun. I think it's one of those probably video game adaptations have had a lot of issues in the past, and I think that this one does just enough where it's like not really lambasted by anybody, but yeah, we'll see how the third one goes.
I mean they're adequate for what they were doing.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
It's not like the video games have some grand plot or story to it. You just kind of have to do what you can.
Yeah, I mean it's not like our reviews of other adaptations like like Fallout, for instance.
Yes.
So, or even Borderlands for that matter. Let's go and dive in.
Sonic, you finally found your family.
Try to keep up.
I know it hasn't always been easy, but you didn't change who you are in here.
Yeah, in my lungs.
Whenever I see Sonic, I just think back to like the original one where it got so much bad press for how it looked that they had to change everything.
It was the teeth, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, and this is where we get our Keanu Reeves. He plays Shadow.
Anything we've ever encountered.
Shadow's story began a lot like yours, Sonic. But where you found family and friends, Shadow found only pain and loss.
All right, we got a rogue alien on the loose. How do we find it?
Start with the giant fireball?
I love it. Let's start with a giant fireball.
I always like Sonic's kind of nonchalant attitude. It does kind of put a little smirk on my face.
Dude, I'm standing right here.
You're a colorful bunch.
We don't want to fight you.
Actually, Sonic, I would like to fight.
No! My turn.
It always feels like they just find another villain that's stronger than they are. It's kind of the plot for the second one where you got Knuckles, and now it's like, okay, now it's Shadow is the new bad guy, so to say.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but we need you-know-who.
This is a bad idea.
When has that ever stopped me?
Oh, yes, there he is. In all of his glory.
We have visitors. This is sad, Robotnik. Even for you.
We need your help.
And we all know Jim Carrey's doing this not for a paycheck, but because of his love for the character.
Exactly.
Do this! If I can't rule the world, I might as well save it!
Did he really shave his head? I bet he really shaved his head.
I need room. But, sir, I don't have the proper
Do you know?
Found some. When we're done, there won't be anything left.
Hey, no cheat codes!
What did you do? What I had to.
Oh, he slid the bike like in Akira. Did you get that reference?
Yeah.
Welcome home, my boy. It's impossible.
Is it?
It couldn't be.
Couldn't.
I am. Are you? Papa. in the saggy flesh.
He's playing multiple okay, that's great. All right.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. That does look like a fun romp right there.
Yeah. I
Especially
mean,
you see Jim Carrey's back in all of his bald glory, and then you get to see Keanu Reeves as a sort of tortured dark character. I
Mhm.
mean, it looks great. It looks fun, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna spend my hard-earned bucks to see it in theaters.
yeah, no, not for sure. I mean, it we just got done talking about Gladiator, right? And talk about how Gladiator 2 was a copy and paste of the first one. And I can't help but see a lot of echoes of that because, in the second one, you bring in Knuckles, and he's kind of the big bad guy, so to say, in that version. And now it's like, oh, cool. Now we're gonna find Shadow, and now he's gonna be the bigger, badder guy. And it's just like, oh my gosh, I guess we're just gonna cycle through all these characters that we've seen before. But I mean, if you like Sonic and you're fine with a totally average experience that's the least enjoyable, I mean, it might check those boxes. So we'll see how it comes out. We don't have to wait too long after us recording this to see if it's going to echo very well with audiences. So I guess we'll have to see what happens there.
I mean, what I find quite interesting is the fact that that they're trying to add more depth to it, because I mean, like with Sonic the Hedgehog, I mean, in terms of the character himself, it's just a really, really fast hedgehog who just like runs at super speed.
Yes.
Whereas here they're just adding like all these different layers to the character and the storyline to make them more relatable. Which I enjoy, but I mean it's very easy to kind of overplay your hand and make it kind of hammy, But I do feel confident, having Keanu Reeves in the mix. Like, he always manages to bring a level of gravitas to whatever role he's playing, So I'm confident that at least in terms of the storyline, it'll be a balance, a good balance of humor and drama all at once. But yeah, go ahead and let us know down in the comments below what you think. If you guys are excited to see Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and if you're going to see it in theaters, or if you're going to do what we do and just sit back and wait until it comes on to streaming. But thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one.